This campaign, it's a government campaign adding to other additional government efforts and national efforts trying to curb gender-based violence in Namibia, in which we're then trying to, we are trying as a ministry and representing the country, trying to give advice to Namibian citizens on the best way how we can resolve confrontation, conflicts without hurting each other. And in that, we have had shared messages in newspapers, social media. If you pass by major roadblocks in the country, you see trailers there giving guidance messages on how best we can curb this national pandemic, gender-based violence. And again, we have an issue again when it comes to respect of our national symbols. Selima, you'll be surprised if I bring on the table here in a crowd of people the correct and the wrong national flag, for example. You'll be surprised the number of people who are not able to make a difference. And these are national symbols. Okay. We're supposed to know them and accord them the correct respect that it deserves. And as a result of that, our people do not know. And as a government, we then decided deliberately to start an information drive trying to teach Namibians either the correct and the wrong national flag, basically trying to teach them how to make a difference, and also teaching them how to conduct them when they are singing national anthems. You would observe and agree with me during major events that such as sporting events, or even events where news operators, when you go to an event, people are singing the national anthem. In that room, you are likely to see people moving about. National anthem is being sung. Some are holding scratching their head. Some are moving into the room. Some are chewing bubble gums. And that is not the correct protocols and etiquette we should accord to our national symbols. And basically, the campaign was now just trying to teach Namibians on how we can make a difference between fake and correct national flag, so that end of the day when you are going into a shop, because even business suppliers are now accomplice to this, they are selling the wrong national flag. Maybe they do not know, or it's out of negligence. So Namibians, when we are equipped to know the difference between the correct and the wrong national flag, you are then able to go in a shop and then buy the correct flag. Same applies to you knowing the correct protocols when you are singing your national anthem. You should stand upright, straight, on attention, with your hands standing alongside your seam lines. And you sing your national anthem. You are not supposed to look around and scratch your head. And if you are about to enter a room, a place in which people are singing the national anthem, the most respect that you can accord to that occasion is to stand outside and then stand on attention, join in the singing of the national anthem. And those basically were just some of the key government or key government information that we are trying to teach the Namibian public.
I think it's of crucial importance, Simon. I don't know how long the campaign is running. Do you have those details?
Yes, especially the ethical use of social media campaign. We just launched it on the 13th of August. The Honorable Minister launched it, and it will end in somewhere in December there. But with regards to gender-based violence, national symbols campaign, these are ongoing campaigns. As long as we see that there's now a satisfiable evidence that our people knows how to conduct themselves when they are standing on attention and so forth, we will still keep educating Namibians. Because you'll be surprised, I'll be telling you now, it was so disturbing even during the national mourning of our two late presidents, when there's a directive that the national flag, for instance, should be hosted on half-mast. That flag is supposed to be hosted on half-mast at the half of that pole or the object holding that. But then some disturbing images that you've seen, some schools, the flag, or some places, the flag is almost touching the ground. It came to branding of different government institutions the coat of arms that is there, they ended up to be wrong. And there's a serious problem in the system. Even it goes as far as our IDs are having a wrong national coat of arms. In that, we have then managed to engage our counterparts at the Ministry of Home Affairs. They're in the process of correcting those IDs. Once you lose one, then the ID that you get, you'll be issued the correct one, because it's going to be a very costly exercise should they call out for all the IDs that are having defect coat of arms. So that's how serious the issues are, and we are going to continue educating Namibians until we are very satisfied on the behavior. Yeah.
Simon, how is MICT addressing concerns that is related to misinformation and disinformation in the media sector? And just to take you back a little bit, you were talking about how the awareness was also created among the editors with the engagement in terms of, putting it out the right information. But coming back to the community journalism, most of the community members share these pictures actually. Was that also part of the engagement on how to educate the nation in terms of just sharing images of like the accident that you made an example of?
Yes. Thank you, Selima. And of course, these were some of the discussions that we have had. And it becomes difficult now with people having access to social media, and there's no control to that. What we are trying to do is, the campaign that we have is a social behavior campaign, communication campaign, in that we are trying to educate as many Namibians as possible, so that end of the day, they become aware that this type of content, it's not advisable to share information that you are not so sure about if they are correct. We are trying to educate the public that if, for example, you hear of an allegation of somebody, a high-profile person has died, for example, the office of the Prime Minister is having this type of grant. If you invest a certain amount of money, then you are going to make this much money within a short period of time. So the type of communication we are sharing in the current campaign is we are trying to teach Namibians the best way or how possible one can verify such information if it's correct or not. So, for example, if you hear of fake news or fake news circulating, fake videos or possible videos circulating that there is this certain program, you can possibly make money out of it. So the best way one can then confirm if this is correct or not is we are now social media savvy, go to official media pages of these specific institutions and see if the same information is appearing there before you start sharing such information. Because we just know we have so much audience. The moment you share that type of information and it's not verified, it could be calling people to, it's fake information, go and submit your application for a possible employment at a certain place. If you then start sharing such information, you can just imagine the type of harm and the type of losses it's going to implicate on the people that are going to receive it, that they are now going to flock out, make copies, police station, and then drive to places where they have to hand in this. But end of the day, such information is not correct. But what we are saying, from a government perspective, trying to teach Namibians not to become victims of this fake information, is to try and verify such information. Another issue is issues of division that is slowly gaining traction on social media, where you have people engaging in a very negative and destructive way. But as a government, what we are saying, as much as we should be very robust in our engagement, let us make a difference when it comes to issues of national unity. We can disagree on issues, but on issues of national unity, you should be able to disagree and find a common ground on what is the way forward on this issue, instead of throwing insults and bad communication between ourselves. Yes.
Lastly, Simon, as you just round off, maybe just any upcoming policy reviews and also initiatives that the ministry is working on to further enhance media freedom and while also ensuring accountability, just also of your closing remarks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Salima. Just yesterday, the Honorable Minister just communicated to at the engagement that we have had yesterday that there will be, she has now the process to appoint the Information Commissioner, who is the commission trying to make sure that the public has access to all the rightful information that it should have. So that process to appoint the Information Commissioner in the country is going to be handed over to Secretary to National Assembly because they are the custodian to ensure that the recruitment process of these officials is in place. So that recruitment process is at an advanced stage, and it's one of those barometers that countries are being measured on in terms of media freedom. As you know, we used to be country number 1, but now we are country number 2, and it's basically on one of these barometer on how Namibians have access to information. So that is one process that the government is happy to announce. And in addition to that, the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology in 2020 launched the Nationhood and National Pride program, which is coming to an end this year, 2025, because it was a 5-year strategic plan. So in the Nationhood and National Pride program, you have a whole number of assignments. So some of those assignments was example is Namibia should come up with a brand, a cultural brand in which all traditional or cultural groups are represented, so that even at national events, the national team playing, certain president comes, there is that national traditional troupe, which as a country we should have, so that when it comes there, it's representative of all the tribes. And many other 12 commitments. And what we are doing now, the strategic plan is coming to an end. We are very in advanced stages to basically have an evaluation process on what we have achieved, what we have not achieved, and then basically just come up with the new strategy to basically try and ensure that the country, end of the day, is a united and a prosperous nation.
Well, Simon, thank you so much for making time for Namibia Connect and giving us that important information of the Nationalhood and National Pride program in general.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Selima. We, as a Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, we highly appreciate the synergy that we should have between the media and the government, and hence we strive to ensure that there is always that very conducive environment for us to work together to ensure that our people receive the information that they deserve. Thank you so much.
All right.